A nurse practitioner in Texas is suing CVS Pharmacy after being fired. Robyn Strader worked at CVS since 2015. For 6 years, she was granted a religious exemption that allowed her to avoid prescribing contraceptives. In 2021, however, CVS did not allow the exemption and terminated her employment. Robyn joins me now with Pratt, counsel for First Liberty Institute. Welcome to you both, ladies. Robyn, I want to start with you. I understand that before you even began working for CVS, that you had requested a religious exemption and it was granted. So what changed?
That is correct. What changed is I think it was just a change in the corporate culture going with the wokeism. When I first started working for CVS, they were very tolerant of people's religious views and what they called views of conscience. If there was something that interfered with the work, they would at least have a conversation with you and try to accommodate you.
What reason, Robyn, did CVS give you for not honoring the previous religious exemption?
They just told me that they were changing, that they were getting rid of all of their religious exemptions for services in the clinic.
Well, Chris,
that's right. And they also said that they never ever received a request for religious accommodation from Robyn, which is just ridiculous and patently false.
And Christine, I want to talk to you now. I know you filed the lawsuit today saying that Robyn's termination was discriminatory. Let's talk a little bit more about that and the religious freedom implications.
Let me just correct the record. We filed a charge of discrimination with the EEOC. A lawsuit would come later.
Gotcha. So let's talk a little bit more about this, why you think this is so important.
This is so important at a time when healthcare is in a state of chaos and hospitals and clinics are having trouble having enough workers to provide the care that people need. It's just absurd that CVS would turn around, renege on an accommodation they had provided for, like you said, 6.5 years, and say, we don't like your beliefs. We don't want to accommodate your beliefs anymore. You're not welcome here because of what you believe. It's bad for business. It's bad for all of the patients that need health care. And frankly, it's un-American. This is not how our country is supposed to work.
Yeah, and I know that you've called this termination corporate canceling based on religion. Can you talk to us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So in August of last year, CVS announced that, as of August of last year, pregnancy prevention services are absolutely essential. And any healthcare providers are required to do whatever it takes to provide pregnancy prevention services. And so that's what marked the change in policy for CVS. And it looks like, they're kind of staking their stance on issues of life. And unfortunately, Robyn was caught in the crosshairs on this.
And before we run out of time, Robyn, I want to ask you, personally, how has this impacted your life? And what would you like to see come from all of this?
A major thing that I would like to see come from this is that religious liberty is protected and respected in the workplace, and that the existing laws are upheld. The impact, anytime you get fired from a job, especially from one that seems to be unjustified, there's pain and suffering with that.
Absolutely. And Christine, any final thoughts?
I would just ask CVS to do the right thing, and I would love to see the culture around healthcare change with regards to religious people. There should be space for religious people in the healthcare field. They're compassionate. Many of them do this because of their faith, because they feel called to care and provide, the highest levels of service. And it's terrible that those are the people that are being expelled from this profession.
Well, ladies, thank you both so much for coming on today, and we will continue to follow your story. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.